remember that crazy lawyer, Bree? Miss, he hurt my wound. Child, now you know she came out and said she was certified cray-cray. They had diagnosed her with bipolar. Child, she said she was on medication and that she had felt embarrassed. And, I backed up off of her. Because she said she felt exploited by the circus. And, it seemed like something she wanted to move past. But, child, she done crept back into the circus. Nurse, she out again. So, previously, she had exposed that Papa Pinkface, Blueface daddy, that he was trying to holler at her. Girl, she put all the texts out there. He was texting her every day with the classic, "Good morning, beautiful." He was hitting her up right and left. But anywho, Miss Rebecca, Papa Pinkface's wife, Blueface's stepmama, hey, Miss Rebecca. Child, she done came out. World, she got the boxing gloves on. Only because Bree put the boxing gloves on first, talking about fades and lawsuits. Girl, yes, it's getting messy, low-key in the background. Child, Papa Pinkface got his own little mini circus going on. And it looked like he about to get a divorce. Now, I don't know exactly what Miss Bree got going on, but I hope she stay on her medication.
I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and I had a manic episode. And I was very clearly having a manic episode when I feel it was exploited. Since then, I've been medicated. I've gone to therapy. That's why I'm kind of off the internet right now. But yeah.
And they come up, oh, she's crazy. Okay, I am crazy. Next. I'd rather be crazy than broke.
Now, this is an old video that Bree posted, but she turned around and reposted it and put lawsuits and fades. And allegedly, she's talking to Miss Rebecca. Now, let's rewind a little bit and go back to those text messages that Bree had exposed from Papa Pinkface. So, she was hitting him up. She said something about 5:30 a.m. Laugh out loud. I'm not playing either. You have to show me, LOL. So then he says, okay, I'll show you. She says, ha ha ha, lovely. Then he says, good morning, beautiful. Hope your workout went well this morning. We'll make one with you soon. What you doing? Then she goes, ha ha ha. I actually had to take my son to school today and go visit a new apartment. So haven't been yet. I'm headed to a boxing class now, LOL. He says, okay, cool. Have fun. You a woman boxer? She didn't respond back. Then he hit her with another one. Good morning, love. Hope you have a beautiful day. Child, now they tried to switch it up from good morning, beautiful to good morning, love. But you see, he still had to add that beautiful in there. So then here's another text she exposed. He say, good afternoon, beautiful. Hope you enjoyed your business trip. She says, good morning. Yes, and I'm home now. He says, okay, nice. Just relaxing today. Then he hit her up again. Good evening, beautiful. From good afternoon, beautiful to good evening. He says, good evening, beautiful. Hope you have a good Friday. Thinking of you. What you doing? She says, hey, love. What you doing tonight? He says, home right now, chilling, watching games. What you getting into this evening? She says, I don't know, shaking my head. I have an event tomorrow and a crazy day Sunday, so I can't do too much. He say, okay, nice. Come through, hang out tonight. She says, that sounds fun. Where at? He says, Santa Clarita. Then I guess he sent her some pictures. She say, nice, looking good. Is it for looks or can you play with it? Play with it? So Rebecca responded underneath the post. He thinks he can do this. He says it's normal to speak to women this way. And then somebody, said they felt sorry for Rebecca. And she said, don't be sorry, queen. I'm not bothered by any of this. Child, I guess Rebecca already know the type of man she dealing with. Now, we gotta remember, this is Blueface's daddy. And he his daddy's son. He get it from his daddy, too. So Papa Pinkface responded underneath the post and said, she sent me booty pics that I didn't respond to. She is so thirsty with no edges. Damn. Then somebody said, you married though. She not. But show us the message where you told her the booty pic. So I guess this the alleged booty pic right here. So she says, I wish I would have checked my phone earlier. I'm hungover. Sound like she curved him. So then she posted a picture of her in the bed with her little cheeks and her little underwear. And she says, I'll be stuck here all day until someone comes to save me. Laughing my AR. Girl, that's giving a little thirsty right there. So he says, looks like you need me to come take care of you, LOL. And she said, for real. Child, it sounds like y'all was trying to set up a smash and grab session. Mind you, this man is married and his wife done already said he think it's normal to talk to other women like this. Child, please. But anywho, so Papa Pinkface comes out with a little video and calls Brianna a loose clown. And then Brianna turns around and say she gonna sue him. So she says, and nothing to say to Jonathan, the dad, except I'll see him in court for libel. Child, not you want to play court and clown games. Now this one start getting good. Because Brianna was somewhere popping it and Rebecca pulled up and said, just sue him. We don't care. We had an open relationship. I said, an open relationship? Child, I knew he got it from his daddy, but damn, I didn't know he got it from his daddy like that. What type of open relationship was that? I guess whoever want to open their legs for him, he allowed it. But I'm sure he wouldn't let Rebecca get knocked down by anybody else. He just like his son, or his son is just like him. Now, I guess Rebecca was sick and tired of being sick and tired of Papa Pinkface and his mess, because she posted, we are not together anymore either. We broke up on Easter. I said, ooh, he has risen and the relationship has fallen. Then Rebecca got a little spicy. She said, someone tell Casey Anderson I can't relate to any of it. I'm actually raising all the kids I gave birth to. You get a lawsuit, you get a lawsuit, you get a lawsuit. The tea is stale. Hang it up. Then Rebecca said, the grandmama is the baby. Now, mind you, she didn't say Brianna's name, but this is right after Bree reposted that video saying lawsuits and fades. And word on the internet streets, Brianna don't have all her children. Rebecca also had a message for Papa Pinkface too. She said, once you start moving like that phone got the Krabby Patty formula in it, I'm out. And you know she recently got a tattoo that said loyalty. I said, girl, now when you run back to that man and you got that foot upon his shoulder, you gonna look at that tattoo and you remind yourself that that man probably ain't loyal. Remember why you got that tattoo, girl. So Rebecca around there getting real petty. Remember when Papa Pinkface said breeding had no edges? Girl, look at where Rebecca posted.
Oh, girl, your hair make my coochie itch.
Oh.
They be scratching my coochie, girl.
Don't do that.
Can you hide it or something? Tuck it under because...
With a caption that said, people with no edges make me feel that way too, girl. Now, I guess she done told Papa Pinkface that she want a divorce from him. Because then she posted this next. The voice in my head when I signed my divorce papers.
I wish you well.
I wish you well. In hell.
I really...
Burn in hell.
Let's try.
Now, honestly, I don't think they getting a divorce, child. She got to be really sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because she was talking about she wanted a divorce about 30 days after they had been married. So, child, we shall see. But she also said, the only way I'll believe you, ninja, and posted this.
Since you claim that you don't like that bitch, Y'all ain't got nothing going on. Y'all ain't talking to each other. You don't know that from a can of paint shooter.
Damn, Rebecca. I guess the daddy like him crazy too. So Bree was on live the other day yapping about Blueface. Now I don't know if she off her meds or she just off her rocker, but she was saying that Blueface is a musical genius and people are using him that's around him. They need to take him to the studio, the gym, the church, the therapy, and how she loyal can help build him and all of that. But never mind that. Let's check out what somebody had posted on TikTok. Now, all this is alleged. So they wrote, Brianna, please take your own advice. Go to therapy. Stay there for life. You wanted to link with Blueface because you were obsessed with him and you wanted to sleep with him. You wanted to join the circus. Your plan failed. So that's where the embarrassment comes in. You put yourself out there just to look like a fool at the end. Your whole family knows you are not right in the head. But instead of getting the help you need, you keep coming to the internet looking for attention and another viral moment. Girl, now this ain't the first time that I heard this about her. We done talked about it before. But girl, I guess she back to her old ways again.
What he loves, he is a real musical genius. He really is. Listen to what the he's talking about. Listen to his music. Everybody who's built their back on his what are y'all doing for him? And now he gets out and he basically has to start all over from the bottom up. And y'all want to have the nigga on Twitch. Take that nigga to the studio. Nigga, take him to the gym. He needs to work out. Take him to the gym. Okay, take him to church. Okay, take him to therapy. He's got a lot of things going on in his mind. But y'all want to have him in front of Twitch. Because what? Y'all want to make money? Y'all want to make your own Twitch accounts? What are you doing? What are you doing? And someone like me, I'm coming in, I'm seeing everything that's going on. I'm like, oh, I'm going to call it out because guess what? I'm not the one who's been, I don't need clout. I don't need
Child, Blueface gonna need to get a restraining order on this one. So she wasn't done. And the person who was spilling her tea, they wasn't done either. So they wrote, when are we gonna have a story time on why you lost custody of your daughter? Why didn't you stay in your daughter's corner? You've been on the internet chasing after men, but your poor daughter is not in your life. You're not loyal to your baby girl. Yes, Brianna has 2 kids. This is the same woman that wanted to take the life of her own kids. Y'all don't know the real Brianna. Her family does. Child, that is some tea right there. Now, you know that is all alleged, child. We don't know if it's true or not. Because you know Bree like to play the circus, the cops, and the court games. But let's get into her little rant about Blueface.
And they come out, oh, she's crazy, she's crazy. Okay, I'm crazy. Next. I'd rather be crazy than broke. I'd rather be crazy than depend on somebody than suck the life out of them to watch them go on a downward spiral, whatever they're going through, and not be able to help them because I need to benefit from their I might be crazy, but I'm a real one. I'm gonna stay in your corner. I'm not gonna leave you. I'm loyal. I'm gonna help you. I can build. I can take you to where you want to go. It's not that. Okay, do better.
Well, damn. Brianna really is a piece of work. Child, she sound like a pick-me that want to trick on a nigga and try to buy his entire world and then turn around and throw it back up in his face when the crazy come out. I recognize her type. But girl, you stay on your medication and you stay away from the circus. Stay from around here. Stay from around here. Go on, get up out of here now. Get. You seem like you a problem. Blue, you might want to stay away from this one, all the way away. Bree, I don't think the circus is a place for a young lady like you. Stay in therapy, stay on medication, and stay from around the circus. Now, this is her video where she came out and said she was diagnosed with bipolar and she's in therapy and she's on medication. But it seemed like she back outside in the wild again. But anywho, check out the rest of the video if you haven't seen her explanation, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do this one more time. If it doesn't work, it wasn't meant to be. So if I pause this video a lot, it's because it's not scripted. I don't really have a plan. I just wanted to come on here and be vulnerable with you all. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. It's honestly really embarrassing to come online and have to tell everyone that. It is not a way to absolve myself from the guilt or shame of the recent actions that I've displayed, because I do feel very terrible. But I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I had a manic episode. And I was very clearly having a manic episode when I feel it was exploited for content. Everything's internet these days. So it's really hard to discuss mental health conditions because of the stigmatisms behind them. Even I was on live earlier and I was like, I had a manic episode, and the comments were like, oh my God, an attorney with mania. Career women have mental health issues sometimes too. Also, it's really hard that in the Black community, for whatever reason, it might be from the industrial start with its connection to religion in the Black community, instead of discussing medication and therapy, we circumvent that and solely discuss prayer and don't speak that on yourself and don't say that. You need to just pray it away. But yeah, okay. Faith is nothing without works, right? Take your kids to therapy and let them get some medication, because if not, they'll end up like me. And y'all saw me running around, how I was running around this week. Another thing I found that was extremely disappointing for me is that I've pretty much dedicated myself to capital conversion, and having thrived in capitalistic institutions, creating doors for women who have been historically excluded, so primarily minority women. I have hosted these events, and I never charge, not a dime for any event, and I also don't get any money from it to help pay for them. I just cut the check myself, but I have created an atmosphere whereas we discuss everything relative to education being the economic issue, and we share information, because similarly to the issue with getting our kids in therapy and medication in the Black community, we also tend to gatekeep, and we have separation seemingly sewn into the fabric of our community. I don't know why, but that's how it is. So my thing is, I like to bring minority women together. I try to lift them up, and I try to initiate meaningful dialogue to deconstruct these capitalistic institutions and to determine where and how to receive our share of the power. I don't want this to be super long, but to that end, I was really disappointed in that a lot of the publicity around my events, it's not really heightened, I would say. Whereas you see me doing something crazy like having a manic attack, and you run with the story. So yeah, I guess those are the themes I wanted to discuss: the stigmatisms of mental health conditions, the particularities of those stigmatisms within the construction of the Black community, and also in my personal story, I was clearly exploited when I was acting crazy, but it was known that I was having a mania attack or whatever. Since then, I've been medicated. I've gone to therapy. That's why I'm kind of off the internet right now. But yeah, it's kind of sad. And for those offended or those aggrieved by my behavior, I'm very sorry. It's very shameful to me. And I just hope that if you see someone who's clearly in need and you know that they're going through something, irrespective of the trigger, that you lend a helping hand as opposed to being part of the more controversial conversation that is I guess more popular because it's content, right? Everything is content. All right, bye.